USDA Travel Show 2023 menawarkan berbagai jenis bahan dasar dan produk Amerika Serikat untuk konsumen Indonesia. Acara yang berlangsung di Sensos Restoran at the Ritz-Carlton Nusa Dua pada Kamis 21 September 2023 tersebut menggelar berbagai kegiatan seperti demonstrasi masak, menghadirkan demo food presentation oleh Chef Executive of the Ritz-Carlton, food testing, dan produk showcase, serta dihadiri sejumlah tamu undangan termasuk dari retailer, food service, food vlogger, dan media. Agricultural Counselor of the US Embassy Jakarta Resantela menjelaskan, USDA Travel Show 2023 kali ini adalah kelanjutan dari program yang dimulai lebih dari setahun yang lalu. Program ini disebut US Ingredients in Indonesian Cuisines.
So today's event is a continuation of a program which we started over a year ago. It's called the USDA Indonesian Regional Travel Cuisine Travel Show, the Indonesian Regional Cuisine Travel Show. So what we want to do is expose Indonesian consumers to various types of US products. So we highlight that through different dishes that we can find in different parts of Indonesia. So we've already done programs in Bandung, Samarang, Medan, Surabaya, and this is the second time in Bali. Yeah. So what we want to do is bring more exposure to these type of products where everyone has the opportunity to taste. Even though some say make it expensive, but if you look at the dishes that we've partnered with the chefs around that are in Indonesia, they come up with different inventions with different dishes that are already here, but they use the US ingredients. It's to give a different perspective of not just because it's expensive doesn't mean that you can't use it in your cooking.
Could you tell us, like what special taste about the wrapping or the
meat?
Yeah.
So
the food today.
Yeah. So today you had 8 different types of dishes that were made by Chef Raymond and Chef HADIR, and it highlighted various products. As for example, the beef, right? So in the U.S., like I said during the demonstration, it's both fed with grass and also with a mixture of corn and soybean meal as animal feed. So in the younger stages of the rearing of the cattle, they're out in the pastures, so they're eating grass. So when they get to the slaughtering age, then that's where they get fed a lot of the soybean and corn mix, and that's where you have the fat, the marbling in the meats, and that's where the tenderness and the juiciness, when you put it in a grill or on the frying pan, that's where that moistness and tenderness comes from.
After Bali, what should we want to reach?
Oh, so the next destination. We welcome your remarks or your suggestions, because our idea is, prior to me coming here, the focus has been in Jakarta and in Bali, because those are the biggest markets. So we want to maintain that, but also we want to expand beyond these 2 big markets, because there's other populations and other cities, big cities as well. And we feel that there's not enough awareness of US products in these different areas. So we want to, that's why we've gone to Medan. That's why we've been to Surabaya and Samarang. So if you have suggestions, we're looking maybe Makassar next. Manado, for example. Where else do you recommend?
Just kidding.
Yeah. No, but if you think that's a good place, then we can look at it. Yeah.
How many percent at Bali is consumed for your product?
How many
Percent
that consumes it? Yeah. It's a good question. I don't know the number. But if you look, okay, I don't know the number, but if you look at all the supermarkets, you look at the restaurants, the retailers, you have all kinds of US products. You have the juices they have here. You look at US beef. You look at, you get the Johnsonville sausages. You've got cereals. You've got candies. So, and cheeses, we have the cream cheese. So if you look around Bali itself, Yeah, Candylicious. A lot of those products come from the U.S. So I may not be able to give you a value, but if you look at the stores and cafes and restaurants all over Bali, you have all kinds of U.S. products here. But not everyone knows about it, and that's what the purpose of this program is to bring more awareness and have people think differently as opposed to just not using the local ingredients, but try it with U.S. products. Doesn't have to be big. You don't have to eat it every day, but try it. You know, you work hard, you live hard, treat yourself. You know, try it sometimes. Not, you know, the common person don't only go to the warungs or, you know, the places where you can afford it. Sometimes you need to treat yourself. Use their Alaskan crab, Alaskan salmon, U.S. beef. Because I think all of us deserve to get treated special sometimes, right? So that's the objective, to bring more awareness and say, you can also use this in your rendang, yeah? Or you can use this in your everyday salad. You just put a little crab in there with the pomelo mix. Oh, enak sekali, yeah? So that's the objective.
But Jakarta much better than here.
Well, Jakarta has a bigger population. Yeah. So of course we're going to focus on those markets where you have the population and you have the customer base, but we cannot neglect things outside of Jakarta because, you know, when it comes down to it, we want every Indonesian customer to have the opportunity to taste these quality products, not only the ones in Jakarta. So that's the objective, is to spread the word. Please try this. Even though you may think it's expensive, but when you break it down, you can make 8 canapes. Yeah, you have different ingredients with that. You mix it with your pomelo, your sayuran, you know, whatever ingredient you have. Yeah, you know, and you put sambal in your sambal. Oh, that's a good dish already, right? So treat yourselves, not just let, you know, the ones that can afford it, but help yourself, treat yourself, and that's the message that we're trying to do.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah. And if you have any more questions, please let us know. But terima kasih banyak for coming today and try some of the food so you can smell it already.
Selain demo masak, juga digelar pameran buah dan produk olahan buatan Amerika Serikat, termasuk hasil laut yang diimpor oleh Bumi Menara Internusa, AS Foods, Indoguna Utama, Mega Food Trading, Pandurasa Karisma, Kairos Niaga Pratama, Primasari Eterna, dan juga oleh representatif dari buah-buahan segar dan kering Amerika atau Poka Cancel, Alaska Seafood Marketing Institute, California Milk Advisory Board, United States Meat Export Federation.
Okay, is it ready for taking the picture?